Good afternoon to all. Am I clearly audible? Okay. So what we have done in the last lecture, which was the last topic we have done? Okay, virtual circuit vs datagram. Okay, just move. Be completed. After that, the next topic is about the IP datagram format, which consists of various fields. Right. So I don't think so that it needs to explain in detail now. That is very easy. You can read and understand it better, as we have already discussed in the class before. Right. But we were revising some conceptual theories for the advanced concepts. Right. So the next is IP datagram format, which consists of various fields such as version number. Let me share my screen here. Mhm. Is it visible? Okay, so you can see here that this is the IP datagram format, which consists of various fields, and we have already discussed this fields before. There is a version, header, type of services, length, upper layer, time to leave, right? All these things that we have already discussed, and it's there in the PPT. If you want to refer it, you can take a reference of this. After that, we have seen the graph abstraction, right? If we just relate it with the networking terms, then we can say that graph consists of two attributes, that is nodes and edges, right? Now, if we just relate this terms with the networking terms, then we can say nodes are nothing but we can say it's the analogous to the routers, and edges are nothing but we can say this, that are the physical links, right, that connects the routers. So these things that we can say about the graph, right, which consists of two attributes, that is edges and we can say the nodes, and in the networking term it is referred to as the links and routers. So in that we have discussed about the routing algorithm, right? What is routing algorithm? Why we require the routing algorithm? In the lab part also we have discussed that why we require routing, right? Why we require routing? That we have discussed classification of the routing algorithm, right? That also we have seen that it's basically classified into two types: global routing algorithm, or we can say centralized routing algorithm, and the decentralized routing algorithm. So we have seen that which algorithm falls under the category of one algorithm, one routing algorithm of the centralized routing, that is the link state routing algorithm. And we have solved many examples of the link state routing algorithm. So is it required to repeat that? We have solved, I think, 3 to 4 examples of the link state routing, which is already given in the PPT. This one. Right? So we have already did this in the lecture, right? So now moving forward, the another concept is a distance vector routing. Distance vector routing that falls under the category of the decentralized routing algorithm. But today we'll not discuss the decentralized. We'll start with the new concept, that is the IP protocol, right? Now, if I say the IP, so IP is nothing but we can say it's the protocol only, or it is referred to as an internet protocol, right? Now, why we require the IP? IP की जरूरत क्यों पड़ती है, कोई बता सकता है? It's a very general term. We are saying that IP address is required. IP is not there in my computer. IP is not there in this system. IP is not there. That's why it is not working, right? So why we require the IP address? What is the reason? Yes, anyone? If you are unable to unmute your mic, you can write in the chat box. To identify the system on the internet, good. to send the data to the fixed address? Yes, we can say. Okay, so IP addresses require one thing, the term we can say that to identify the host that this packet needs to be received by this specific host only, right? So one thing we can say that it's quite relevant with the host, or we can say there is an host to host delivery of a packet, right? And if there is a host to host delivery is there, the concept that is introduced is an IP address. With the help of IP address, only the host to host delivery can be possible. Now, we have already discussed the concept end to end delivery and host to host delivery, right? These both terms are different from each other. So, can anyone say what is host to host delivery and what is end to end delivery? अभी ये दोनों समझ में आ गया, then it will be very easy for you. What is host to host delivery and what is end to end delivery? We have already discussed in the class before. Yes, anyone? Vijay, Bharti, Shri, Darshan, Divyajit. किसी को याद नहीं है? Okay, so let me just go back in the chapter number 1 and 2. Okay, ये diagram याद है? This diagram, if I say that there are two hosts on a network, host A and host B, network पे दो host है, right? एक है host A, दूसरा है host B. Now if the host A is host A पे कोई process चल रही है and with help of that process, the host A has sent that something or packet to host B. There is one another process which is already running in the host B, and that process receives that packet which is sent by the host A, right? So यहाँ पे end to end delivery हुई, that means host तो मिल ही जाता है, but host के अंदर जो process हो रही है, that process are communicating with each other. So from this end to this end, directly वो end point पे जाती है, right? Not just with the host only. So we can say this, we can say it's a process to process delivery, or we can say it's an end to end delivery. Now, this concept was there in the transport layer, because transport layer is the layer which provides end to end delivery. But here we are discussing about the network layer. So network layer provides host to host delivery. Host to host matlab moving the packets from the source point to the destination point, right? यहाँ पे सिर्फ host identify हो सकता है with the help of an IP address. Let's say that if the host A has sent the packet and host A has specified all the things about the destination, so with the help of the network layer, the packet will reach to the destination, that is the host B. राइट अभी कंसर्न नहीं है कि होस्ट बी में कौन सी प्रोसेस है, कहाँ पे देना है, राइट? दे हैव नो कंसर्न, राइट? इट जस्ट नीड्स an IP address to identify that this packet belongs to which host, right? So one thing we can say, the network layer provides host to host delivery and the transport layer provides end to end delivery. So is it clear what is host to host and what is end to end? Okay. So this is, we can say, about the host to host delivery and end to end delivery. Network layer provides host to host and the transport layer provides end to end. Now, the main concept that is introduced by the network layer, that is, we can say, it's a नेटवर्किंग, आईपी एड्रेसिंग, सॉरी, आईपी एड्रेसिंग. अभी आईपी एड्रेस की जरूरत क्यों पड़ती है? होस्ट को आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए, राइट? द वन ऑफ द मेजर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द नेटवर्क लेयर, दैट इज एन एड्रेसिंग, राइट? वन ऑफ द मेजर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द नेटवर्क लेयर, दैट इज एन आईपी एड्रेसिंग. नाउ अगर आईपी एड्रेस की बात करें, देन वी कैन से द IP address is basically classified into 5 classes. There are mainly 5 classes, and each classes has a different range of an addresses, right? So that is the concept of the classful addressing. But before that, we need to understand the addressing. So for that, so if I say about the IP address, so we can say IP address, it's a 32-bit address. Which is used to identify the host. On the network, right? So we can say IP address is a 32-bit address which is used to identify the host on the network. Now, if I say it's a 32-bit address, let me just draw here. (32-bit) long. Now, if I say 32-bit, so 32-bit, we can say it's a 4-byte, right? So 1 byte is equals to 8 bits, right? So 4 bytes, we can say it's a 32 bits. So we can say like that IP address consists of 4 bytes, or we can say 32 bits, right? Now this IP address is mainly divided into 2 parts. पूरा जो IP address है वो 2 parts में divide किया गया है. First is, we can say, the network ID, and the another one is the होस्ट आईडी, राइट? अभी ये 2 पार्ट्स में क्यों डिवाइड किया गया है? एक पार्ट क्यों नहीं रख सकते? सो दिस both IDs has a different purpose. That's why the whole IP address is divided into 2 parts. Now ये network ID क्या है? Network ID क्या represent करता है? So we can say it represents the number of the networks. This represents the number of hosts on the network. Right? So these things that we can say about the IP address, that it mainly consists of two parts, that is a network ID and the second one is the host ID, right? Network ID represents the number of networks and the host ID represents the number of hosts on the network. Now, when we discuss about the IP addressing, the another main important concept is classful addressing. Now, when we see the classful addressing, the name only says that it mainly consists of different classes, right? It mainly consists of five classes: class A, class B, class C, class D, and class E, right? So यहाँ पे five classes है, and each classes have a different range of an addresses, right? अभी ये पूरा IP address होगा हम जब लिखते हैं that 192.168.51.11, सो वो किसी एक क्लास में फॉल होता होगा, राइट? सो यहाँ पे जितने भी क्लासेस है दे हैव देयर ओन डिफरेंट रेंजेस, राइट? नाउ mainly first thing we can say that classful addressing, that it mainly consists of five classes. Class A, class B, class C, class D, and class E, right? So in the classful addressing, there are mainly five classes. Now, if I see about the class A, अगर class A की बात करती हूँ, so class A में भी एक IP address है. We can say class A has their own range of an addresses. So one thing we can say कि यहाँ पे जब हम IP एड्रेस की बात करते हैं, तो जैसे मैंने बोला कि IP एड्रेस है वो दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड होता है, नेटवर्क आईडी एंड होस्ट आईडी, राइट? अभी क्लासेस के हिसाब से कितना पोर्शन नेटवर्क आईडी का है और कितना पोर्शन होस्ट आईडी का है, दैट विल बी डिसाइडेड. नाउ इफ आई सी अबाउट द क्लास ए, अगर क्लास ए की बात करते हैं, सो क्लास ए में 8 बिट है, दैट कंसिस्ट ऑफ network ID, and rest of the 24 bits is of host ID. So let's say that this is the byte. So byte 1, byte 2, byte 3, and byte 4. So इतना जो पोर्शन है in the class A, that is of network ID. If I talk about the class B, then there are two portion, means there are 2 bytes of network ID. And if I talk about the class C, then there are 3 bytes of a network ID. So here one thing we can say that in the class A, there are 8 bits of network ID. In the class B, 16 bits of network ID. Let me just use the another ink. And here 24 bits. And rest of the portion which is remaining here, that is of host ID, right? वो सारा portion किसका होगा? That is of host ID we can say. So this is host ID, this is host ID, and this is host ID. So in the class A, there are 24 bits of host ID. In the class B, there are 16 bits of host ID. And in the class C, there are 8 bits of host ID. And in the class D, it's a multicast routing के लिए जो है, that is used for class D, right? So we'll discuss कि ये class D और E कहाँ पे use होता है. But here mainly we'll discuss कि A, B, C जिसमें numbers है, जिसमें कुछ range of addresses है, वो कहाँ पे use होते हैं, right? And class E is used for reserved for what? For the research and development purpose, right? So mainly we'll discuss the 3 classes here: class A, class B, class C, and all its ranges, right? So as you can see here कि यहाँ पे class है A जो है उसमें network ID कितना है? 8 bits. So it will be starting from 0. So it will be in the range of 0 to 7 we can say. समझ में आ रहा है classful addressing या नहीं? So if I talk about the class A, so you can see here कि class A में network ID की range कितनी है? That is 8 bits. So it will be starting from 0 only, right? So it will be starting from 0 to 7. So 8 bits हो गए. But यहाँ पे एक बीट जो है वो फिक्स किया होता है. That is the higher order bits are always fixed in every classes. So यहाँ पे जो first bit set किया है that is a 0. अगर 0 bit set कर लिया तो पीछे कितने bits बचते हैं? 8 bit में से एक bit को फिक्स कर लिया. So last में 7 bits बचते हैं. So it will be in the power of 7. So 2 raised to 7. 2 raised to 7 कितना होता है? We can say it's 128. So 128, that will be the network addresses of class A, or we can say networks. क्योंकि network ID क्या represent करता है? Number of networks, right? So यहाँ पे 2 raised to 7 है, that is 128. So these are the network addresses. Then if we calculate about the host B, दैट इज होस्ट आईडी ऑफ क्लास ए। अगर होस्ट आईडी कैलकुलेट करते हैं फॉर द क्लास ए, so that will also be in the power of 2, right? so अगर उसको पावर ऑफ 2 में कन्वर्ट करते हैं, so होस्ट आईडी कितने हैं क्लास ए में, होस्ट आईडी के बिट्स कितने हैं 24, राइट? so वहां पे कोई चेंज नहीं होगा, वहां पे कोई रिजर्वेशन नहीं होगा। जो भी रिजर्वेशन होता है वो नेटवर्क पे होता है, राइट? so नेटवर्क में एक आईडी जो है वो फिक्स किया गया था, दैट इज अ 0, राइट? so here that will be in a power of 2 raised to 24, so 2 raised to 24 कितना होगा 16777,216, that is the host addresses we can say, right? Now same thing we can calculate for class B, class C, class D and class E as well, right? By fixing the higher value, higher octet. तो सेम फॉर क्लास बी के लिए भी सेम कैलकुलेशन होगी। सो क्लास बी में दो वैल्यूज सेट की जाएगी, दैट इज वी कैन से 1 0, राइट? सो अगर 1 0 बिट मैंने सेट कर ली, क्लास बी में पहले नेटवर्क आईडी कितना है, होस्ट आईडी कितना है, पहले वो चेक करो। नेटवर्क आईडी 16 बिट्स, होस्ट आईडी 16 बिट्स। नेटवर्क आईडी में से पहली जो 2 बिट थी वो फिक्स कर ली है, दैट इज 1 0। बाद में कितनी बिट बचती है 14, राइट? सो इट विल बी इन अ पावर ऑफ 2, so 2 raised to 14, that will be whatever the value comes, that is the network address, and after that host id 6 bit का है, so it will be 16, so जो भी be the host addresses of class B, similarly for class C also, here 3 IDs will be set, 3 digits will be set, that is 1 1 0। उसी तरह क्लास डी में भी 4 वैल्यूज सेट होगी, स्टार्टिंग विद द क्लास सी। तो क्लास सी में पहले पता होना चाहिए कि नेटवर्क आईडी का पोर्शन क्या है, होस्ट आईडी का पोर्शन कितना है। तो यहाँ पे नेटवर्क आईडी कितना है, जस्ट चेक क्लास सी, नेटवर्क आईडी कंसिस्ट ऑफ 24 बिट्स, राइट? और यहाँ पे हमने 3 बिट्स को फिक्स कर लिया, तो कितने बचते 24 माइनस 3, दैट इज 21, so it will be in a power of 2, so 2 raised to 21, whatever the value comes, that will be the network addresses, or 2 raised to 8, that is the host ID, that will be the host addresses, राइट? अभी यहाँ पे क्लास डी में कोई फिक्स नहीं है कि कितना नेटवर्क आईडी है, कितना होस्ट आईडी है, राइट? तो यहाँ पे 4 बिट्स सेट कर लिए, सो आउट ऑफ 32 इफ 4 बिट्स आर सेट, देन वी कैन से बाकी कितने बचते हैं 28, right? So 32 minus 4, that's a 28. 28 bits will be used to identify the host on any network. Sorry, 24 nahi, 28. 28 bits will be used to identify the host on any network, right? So we can write used to identify the host. Any क्लास ई, क्लास ई के लिए भी सेम चीज होगी. Here the values are set to 1. Again, 20 bits. But this 28 bits are used, or we can say reserved, for the development and the research purpose. Right? यहाँ पे जो 28 bits है, वो किसके लिए use होंगे? For the development and research purpose. So this is all about the class A, class B, C, D and E. तो यहाँ तक क्लियर है सबको? Class D and class E, they don't have a fixed portion of a network ID and the host ID. यहाँ पे अगर क्लास डी और क्लास ई देखते हो, इफ यू जस्ट लुक एट दिस डायग्राम, तो यहाँ पे क्लास डी और क्लास ई के लिए कोई स्पेसिफिक नेटवर्क और होस्ट आईडी में पोर्शन डिवाइड नहीं किया गया है. दिस आर द थिंग्स विच इज ऑलरेडी प्री डिफाइंड, राइट? तो ये मल्टीकास्टिंग और रिजर्व के लिए यूज होता है. नाउ इफ आई से अबाउट दी मल्टीकास्टिंग, तो मल्टीकास्टिंग एक डिटेल्ड टॉपिक है, बट यू जस्ट हैव टू रिमेंबर फॉर नाउ दैट इज क्लास डी इज यूज्ड फॉर मल्टीकास्टिंग, राइट? एंड क्लास ई में रिजर्व लिखा हुआ है. तो रिजर्व का मतलब क्या? रिजर्व किसके लिए बिट्स रिजर्व किए गए हैं? So for we can say for the development and the research purpose, whatever the addresses that is required, that will be used from the class E, right? So यहाँ पे अभी दो चीजें हैं that we need to just keep on ad hoc. यहाँ पे सिर्फ हमको याद ही रखनी है, that is class D और class E के लिए, right? डिटेल टॉपिक है मल्टीकास्टिंग, that we will discuss at the end कि मल्टीकास्टिंग क्या है. एंड रिजर्व मतलब कि यहाँ पे रिसर्च के लिए, जैसे मैंने बोला कि लेट्स से कि मैं नेटवर्किंग पे कोई रिसर्च कर रही हूँ, right? And I require some addresses, so I cannot take डायरेक्टली दैट कि यही एड्रेस मैं यूज करूंगी. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि जो एड्रेस मैंने यूज किया होता है वो किसी ना किसी सिस्टम में यूज हुआ होता है, राइट? सो आई कैन नॉट टेक इट डायरेक्टली. सो फॉर दैट आई नीड टू टेक द हेल्प फ्रॉम द क्लास ई. मुझे वो एड्रेस कहाँ से लेना पड़ेगा? मैं कोई रिसर्च कर रही हूँ नेटवर्किंग पे, so I need to take that address from the class E. So that's why it is written as a reserved for research purpose. Is it clear now, Bharti? Okay, what about others? I can see here very few responses. Okay, now all these classes has a different ranges, right? अभी वो range हम लोग next lecture में discuss करेंगे because वो थोड़ा calculation वाला part है, so we'll discuss in the next lecture. So time for attendance. So TP1 class. One,
Present, ma'am.
two,
Present, ma'am.
3, 4,
Yes, ma'am.
5, 6, 7, 8,
Present.
7 or 8,
Ma'am, 7.
10, 12, 13, 15,
Present,
17,
ma'am.
19, 20,
Present, ma'am.
21,
Present, ma'am.
22,
Present, ma'am.
23, 24, 25, 26, 27,
Yes, ma'am.
28,
28 present, ma'am.
29,
Present, ma'am.
31, 32,
ma'am.
33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51,
Present.
52, 53, 54, 55,
Present, ma'am.
56. Yes,
55 present, ma'am.
55 present. Okay, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64,
64
65,
present, ma'am.
67, 68, 69, 71,
Yes, ma'am.
73,
71.
D to D1, D to D2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Check these numbers. Let me know if I have mistakenly marked you as absent. Big data students, one, big
Present, ma'am.
data one, two, three, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. 11 is marked as present. So 1, 7 and 11. From big data, 3 students are present. Okay, you may leave the session.